Good day, everyone. Today I'm here with my navigator, Sibu. What's up, Sibu?
Hey guys, I'm the navigator of this session.
Alright, cool. So today we basically covered Chapter 8 of SQL, extracting information by grouping and summarizing our data. So basically in this chapter, what we went through is, let's see. So basically just summarizing large data sets, using aggregates, functions like count, sum. But here today we just use count and sum. So yeah, using mainly the group by clause in order to group our data. And yeah, let's jump into how that looks in the code. So firstly here, went ahead and created a table, right? This is a table representing the public library's surveys for 2014, right? As you can see, all these columns, of which I don't think I should go through all of this. They all have data types, as you can see, numeric, varchar, integer, and all that stuff. And it's set to not null. And we also use constraints and set this column as the primary key, as you can see. So then, creating an index. So we use index to basically set an index on the specific column in this 2014 table, so that we can speed up the execution time when we run the select statement. So as soon as we retrieve the data from that table, right, it speeds up the execution time. So right now it happened quicker because I set an index on that table. Whereas if the index was not there and I ran this select statement, this execution time would probably take like, I don't know, I'm guessing more than 5 seconds or 10 seconds. So yeah. That's how the index works. So then over here, like we discussed in the other chapter, basically just an import. In order to import that specific data from the CSV file on my desktop, I place the URL path over here. Then once I run that statement, I can see all the data in the table structure down below here. So then, let's see, here I use the select count method to basically count the, how do I put it to you? To count the specific rows.
The number of columns in a certain row, for example, you say from the STABR,
Yeah.
count the LA, then it gives you the LA and the numbers.
Okay. Oh yeah. So basically, so we're basically counting the amount of rows from this table where
Specifically LA, yeah.
it's specifically AR, right? And basically when you run that, then it gives you that exact count, basically. So yeah, that's how count works in this example. This is just another table. The difference is it's basically a public library survey table, but for 2009, as you can see. Then I use the index again, import the data from my CSV. Here I use the count method again to basically count basically all the, I never know how to explain this thing, but basically to count all the rows, right? Or the columns. No, the rows, yeah. To count all the rows from this specific table over here. And I do the same for the other table. Here I use count to count the salaries. So the amount of rows for the salaries in the table, as you can see. When we run that, it gives us that exact count. Then yeah, count again. Distinct as well are used with count in order to get the unique values or the unique rows for this lib name column over here. Using the count at the same time. Then this is where group by was first used. So basically here finding duplicate library names. So I'm selecting the library names and using count to count all the rows from the library names column from that specific table, and then I'm going to group it by that specific column and then order it in descending order. So group by basically now what's this? I'm guessing it avoids duplicate values. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Along those lines, yeah. I see. So yeah, then you can see it groups all the libraries or library names over here with their specific counts, as you can see, and there isn't any duplicates. So yeah. Then let's see. Then yeah, just continue using group by again. So in this example here, I'm using group by on the city and this specific column. So when I run it here, basically I'm selecting the city and this column from the specific table, 2014 table. Then I'm grouping it by the city and this specific column. So as you can see, it's grouped by those two columns, and then I'm ordering it by these specific values over here. Then let's see. I think I covered most of it. Oh, then there's also sum, right? We use sum to basically just count the specific or add up the specific values in a specific column, I believe. So we have this visits 2014 column, and we basically adding up all the values in each row and then giving the final calculated sum after that. So that's what sum does in that example. Then yeah, that just basically covers chapter 8. Let's see, was there anything you wanna add, bro?
Nah.
All good. All right.
Yeah.